and welcome to 5 Habits of. Today we are joined by the brilliant Mila all the way from Geneva, and today we're going to talk about 5 habits to increase your energy and reduce your back pain. How are you doing today, Mila?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to talk on this topic because I believe a lot of people who are going to be watching are going to be sitting in front of their desk or slouching over their screen somehow. So hopefully this will bring a lot of value.
Yeah, I'm excited. We've done a check on what's going to happen today, and I know what's going to happen. And as an ex-rugby player, my back isn't isn't what it should be, and someone who's like had to work on having a good posture and stuff. I'm really excited for today. So, Mila, could you tell us just a tiny bit about who you are and the work you do?
Sure. So I'm a Pilates and mobility coach. When I speak of mobility, it's functional range conditioning and an Ildoa practitioner. So we cover everything from spine decompression to improving mobility and building strength. So the goal isn't really to be, flexible or maintaining perfect posture all the time. The goal is to have active range of motion so your body can move in and out without any pain. And if we're mobile and we're strong in the range of motion that we have, we really are going to improve our well-being. So that's what I focus with my clients. I work at a physical therapy center here in Switzerland, where I do the Pilates and mobility to help people who are recovering from injury really get, out of that recovery to whatever their everyday life is, and they can live it without, pain or limitation.
Amazing. That's brilliant. And so today we are going to be talking about 5 habits to increase energy and reduce back pain. We're going to get into it. It's Friday afternoon. We want to be as quick and as thorough as we can. So what is the first habit that we should be thinking about?
Okay, so the very first thing, and I believe the most important, is breath. When we sit in front of our screen for a long time, especially as the day gets stressful, we'll find ourselves like a little bit compressed and in our fight or flight breath. So it's this shallow breathing. It's not bad, but we want to come out of it. We want to calm the nervous system. So I'm going to take you through what this looks like. And as I take you through it, I'll explain a little bit more. So I'd love for you to do it. I'll probably talk a little bit while we're doing that. Is that okay?
That's great. I love a bit of breath work. I went Wim Hof mad in lockdown, so this excites me. So this is all good.
Perfect. All right. So you want to sit, you don't want to slouch back. You want to sit nice and upright on your chair. And you're going to take a huge breath in through the nose. And as you breathe out, allow the air to escape through the mouth. So it's a very relaxed exhale. And continue like this. Huge breath in. And relax. Continue with this breath. So I'm going to time us for 2 minutes here. As you breathe in, you want to pull the air all the way into the belly. The belly expands, the lungs expand, and you find yourself in a little arch thanks to that expansion. And when you exhale, you let go, you release, and you let the spine curl forward. On that exhale, I have many clients that actually go through the because that helps to calm them. So if people are in a private space and they can make a bit of that noise, absolutely fine to do so with your breath. We're going to be here for another minute. Huge breath into the belly. Really breathe all the way up to the collarbone, widen everything, and release. Continue. So if anyone doing this starts to get dizzy, it's not a bad thing. You need to just slow down the breath so that you can manage the dizziness. It's just oxygen coming into the bloodstream. If you get dizzy, it could be a good sign that you've been under a lot of stress. So all the more reason to include breath work. Now, we said 2 minutes and we're almost done. We're about 40 seconds. But if somebody only has 30 seconds, do it for those 30 seconds. Something's better than nothing. 2 minutes is a sweet spot that we would love in a perfect world achieve. In about 30 seconds, you're going to take that huge breath in and you're going to hold it. So not yet. Let's do a few more of these. Perfect. 20 seconds. After which we'll do that biggest possible breath in and then hold our breath for 2 minutes. Next inhale, I want you to hold it. So breathe in and I want you to hold. And the mind stays calm. Now, anyone doing this, so with Wim Hof, you probably can hold for quite a while, but for any reason, you had a stressful morning, you were busy running around, that's not a problem. You can breathe out, breathe back in and hold. And anyone doing this, if you're getting dizzy, that's no problem. Breathe out, take a moment, breathe back in, meet your body where it's at, and work your way up. Mind stays calm. Our mind controls our nervous system. It controls our breath. We stay relaxed. We keep the neck muscles relaxed. We don't want to be curling them. We feel ourselves sitting tall and we hold. Feeling pressure in the base of the rib cage, so in the top belly area while doing this, holding the breath is totally fine. It's not a bad tension. It's just the muscle work. We are 1 minute in. We hold for another. Now, what we're doing is that we're expanding that lung capacity. We're strengthening the respiratory muscles. So the muscles between the rib cage, the diaphragm, everything that's working for your rib cage to open and close. We're almost there. Holding the 2-minute mark is a goal that many have to work up to. So it's a good goal to set if that's something that's challenging for anyone right away. So staying calm, neck stays relaxed, shoulders stay more or less relaxed. We're almost there. Very good job. You have 10 seconds here. All right, we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale like before. Let's do 5 of those breaths. Huge breath in and relax. 4 more. Feel like you can breathe in just a bit more. You freed up the lungs. You freed up the rib cage. I believe we have 2 left. This should give you a little bit more energy now, but you should feel pretty calm at the same time. Perfect. That was the first tip, the breath work. How did you find that? First of actually, you know what? You held the 2 minutes. I'm amazed. Do you know how hard it is to hold that? If anyone's able to do the 2 minutes, please let us know in the comments right away.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's really good. I've got some clarity back, and actually, I'm a lapsed Wim Hofer, so I don't really do it much anymore.
Okay.
And but it's really interesting because I could feel like the sensations around my body again, and became really aware of what my body was doing on my lungs, and it's a great way just to like actually be back in my head. And I used to use it like when I was feeling tired. I would sit and just do a set of breathing cycle just to get my focus and clarity back. So it was really nice. And yeah, 2 minutes is, anyone who's watching who's not seen this, 2 minutes is hard to do. I know I just did it, but it's something to work to, and you can get there as well. So it's as a layman, it's absolutely achievable.
Perfect.
Cool. So if that's habit number 1, what's the second habit we should be thinking about?
All right. So we've now, in habit number 1, we've opened up the respiratory muscles. We've gotten our breath, our calmness back. We've gotten the oxygen into the bloodstream. Now, what many people find when they're sitting in front of their screen and this upper area starts to ache is especially these back, neck, and side neck, shoulder muscles start to get tense and a little bit painful for some. And a lot of people will immediately try to go and stretch them out, whereas it's contrary to what we want to do, right? If we're sitting and slouching this way, these muscles are hurting because they're in this constantly stretched state. So what we're going to do now is strengthen, or we're going to help to return and rebalance that muscle tension. So I want you to bring both hands, interlace them, bring them behind your head. And then from here, you're going to push your head back into your hands while resisting with the arms. Now, while pushing back, the tip of the head is going to pull up. So you have this kind of feeling going on. So take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, push back and lengthen. Hold it there for me for about 10 seconds. Keep breathing all the time. Keep the chin tucked in like you want to give yourself a nice big double chin. Keep reaching and release. We will do this one more time for 10 seconds. I will do one arm just so that you can see, but I want you to do both arms. You're going to take that deep breath in and push back and try to lift. And you'll notice the neck realigning or it coming back upright, and it's strengthening. After this, you will naturally feel like sitting up tall, and that will help you keep the pain away. So let's hold for 3, 2, 1, and release. So we've opened things up, we've brought ourselves upright, and that's habit number 2 in a nutshell.
I love it. I can feel like there's like the tension has dropped out of the back of my neck. It's amazing. I'm going
Yeah.
to be doing more of that for sure.
Yeah. You know, and a
Perfect.
lot of people say, oh, tension traveled down into my shoulder blades, or they'll experience weird things, or it shot up into the head. And it's just interesting. None of those are wrong. It's just your body's response to strength training. So now you have an indication, oh, maybe base of my shoulder blades needs a little bit more strength training. And that's how you kind of rebalance that, muscle imbalance or muscle tension from that slouched position.
I love it. I love it. Okay. That's habit number 2. So what is the third habit, please?
Okay, so it's all flowing. These are great in this sequence. So what we've done, we've opened things up, we've strengthened the back, but now our goal is to open this up, because no matter how much we strengthen here, if our tissue, our muscles and our fascia is compressed here, we're continuously going to be pulled in. So what we want to do is complement the previous 2 habits with a fascial and muscle stretch through the chest and the arms. So I want you to open the arms nice and wide, like a letter T.
There you go.
Good.
There you go.
You're going to extend your wrist. So I'll give you a side view. You stay as you are. So you're going to say stop, and then you're going to rotate. So like Spider-Man. Okay, so fingers are facing down and fingers are straight. So no curly fingers here, really straight down. I want the chin pulled in just like we did before. Tip of the head pulling up, and now the arms push out. And I want you to stretch as much as you can. Hold it here. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Now, no arching and no pulling the arms back. It's about side and out. And you can play around. So anyone doing this, the arms can go a little further up, a little further down, because there's no right or wrong. It's where your tension is and where you want to open things up. So we have a little less than 10 seconds left. We're going to hold and breathe. Really push out like you want to tear your breastbone or your rib cage in two. And lower the arms down. Good. Question. Did you feel any kind of tingling or any pulling in the front?
Not really, but I felt my shoulders relaxing as I went out wider. I could feel like they're just something just loosened off, which was quite good.
Oh, fantastic. Well, for anyone trying this, when we're doing and we're pushing out, I wanted to touch base. If there's any tingling in the fingers or going up and down the arm, that is not a bad tingling. So we're stretching out nerves as well, and those can tingle. This is a very safe position in which to do it. So as long as anyone doing this tolerates the tingling, it's not like horrible, horrible. Perfect. Keep doing it. And another thing is, if you notice it more in your wrist, it means the tension's more here, maybe from this position. If you feel it more here, then the tension's more from that. And the benefit of this myofascial stretch is that we're not trying to guess which muscle we're stretching. We're stretching the chain that compresses. Hence, whatever's tight is going to loosen up.
Nice. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. Love it. Love it. I love how these flow, and I love how quick this is really quick to do. So this isn't a big commitment, is it? Each day you can actually get through this quite quickly.
Exactly. The goal is to make things realistic. When people overcomplicate it and everything is like an hour-long workout or 3 hours in the gym, it's not true. Our well-being is these micro habits that we have in our daily lives that improve how we feel. It's like people are saying, I should sit up straight and have my posture perfect. And I'm like, no, if you sit like a rod the whole day, your muscles are going to ache. What they need is movement, and they need movement that takes them out of whatever tension they were in.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So what is habit number 4?
Okay, habit number 4, we're going to go into a spine car. A car is a controlled articular rotation from the functional range conditioning method. I'm going to just put the screen a little bit down and move a little bit back. I want you to sit nice and tall. And the goal is both sit bones are on the chair. So there's no slouching, there's no leaning out in any direction. So nice and tall. We're going to cross the hands in front of the chest. We're going to give ourselves a nice big hug. And then from here, I want us to start rounding the spine forward. Just one vertebra at a time, pulling our breastbone down towards the thighs. Good, without any pain. This should feel like a nice little slouch. And then keep your sit bones anchored onto your chair. Twist the spine to the right side. So we're going off to the right. We're going to pull the right shoulder down, getting into a side bend. Good. And as you're getting into that side bend, make sure you haven't favored one sit bone over the other. Both sit bones are heavy on the chair. And then we're going to arch back so we can look up at the ceiling. If the neck hurts, look forward. We don't want to be in pain. And then we're going to pull the left shoulder down. So bend over to the other side. Perfect. We're always breathing. And now we're going to twist to look behind the left hip, and we're going to come forward. And we're going to do the same thing in the other direction. So we're slouching or rounding forward. We're going to go to the left, twist, bend, arch, all the way back, coming out of that slouched position. Pull the right shoulder down, side bend to the right. Yes. Twist and come forward all the way and restack your spine. Now, this is a spine card. So what we did is this huge circle, because if we're stuck like this, or even slouching back on our chair all day, we need to move our spine because it's made up of little vertebrae. However, it is super important to remember for anyone that has any injury that not all movement is going to feel the same for different people. So people who have a disc protrusion, people who have stenosis or osteoporosis, where rotation, flexion are not ideal movements for the spine. They hurt. You know that you get injured in them. You don't have to go through the full circle. What you want to do is create movement. So what those people can do, anyone with a disc pathology or a disc issue, we want to just go into a nice round and an arch. So you can choose one of the two versions, whichever one feels better for the body. And of course, if there's no injury, the big circle is great.
Yeah.
If there's an injury, the second version would probably agree with your spine a bit more.
Nice. I like it. I like it how you got there's two versions there as well. So it's not about getting everything, and it's just there's a small thing that you can do to really
Yeah,
help.
because a lot of this misconception is that there's like one size fits all, and it's really not true, especially when it comes to the spine. It's not to say there's good or bad movement. There's movement that's going to help your healing process if you have that injury, and so you want to respect the body's needs. And there's movement, of course, if you don't have an injury, then go crazy.
Amazing, brilliant. Okay, so we're almost there. What
Yes.
is habit number 5?
All right, so for this one, we're going to come standing. I'm going to move my chair back. You want to stand, and you can be somewhere where you can hold something for balance, but it's not
Yeah.
necessary. Yeah, so we can or we don't have to. And I'll show you two versions again, because some people have tighter hips than others, and both are fine. So we'll go through a progression. So I'll give you an easier version, and then you'll try the harder version if it feels fine. So we're going to place our foot on top of our chair. It can be a chair for people at home. It can be their couch, whatever you can place your foot on without your hamstring cramping. Yeah. Balance if you can have it, great. Otherwise, hang on to something. Now, to stretch out that hip flexor, right, from being in that seated position, you want to tuck the tailbone under, like it's pulling down, and the pelvis is pulling forward so that we're opening through the front of the hip. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
Okay.
I can feel it shape there.
Perfect. All right, so we want to go through this stretch. Some people in this position will be like, oh, I feel nothing. So then we want to kind of increase this by grabbing the foot and pulling closer to the bum. And so by pulling the foot closer to the bum, you're going to increase the stretch of your quad. You can pull the knee more back to increase the stretch of the hip flexor, keeping the ribs pulled in, and nice deep breaths. So we'll hold this only for 30 seconds. And we breathe. If your standing leg starts burning, not a bad thing. You strengthen those muscles. So that's totally fine for anyone whose leg starts to burn. Okay, so we breathe for the next 12 seconds, after which we will let go of the foot completely. And for those with their feet on the chair, all you have to do is lift the foot to feel the back of the muscles work. So let's go together. Take a deep breath in just to prepare. Always continue breathing. Let go of the foot and just hold it still in space. For those with their foot on the chair, lift it up and burn. So we want the hamstring to fire. If you don't have fire, pull your heel closer to your bum. If you cramp, no problem. Take a little break. We breathe, we breathe, we breathe, and we relax. We lower the leg down.
Oh, I could feel my legs. I could feel the muscle like firing away there. That was great.
So I'll often hear like I have a heartbeat in my hamstring. So if that happens, that's okay. Just kind of bring the leg forward, lean, give it a little stretch, and it will relax relatively soon. So let's quickly do the other leg. We're gonna grab the other foot or place it on the chair. We want to tuck the tailbone under, pull the pelvis forward, not arching the spine. So we want to tuck the ribs in, and we breathe. So for those doing it in their own time, 30 seconds is a nice place to be. 2 minutes if you have the time. But if all you have is 5 seconds, do it for 5 seconds. It's better to introduce some movement than to be overwhelmed by, oh, I don't have time, so it's not worth it at all. In this case, it's worth it. Okay, 10 seconds until we let go. We breathe always. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We let go. Nice strong breath. Keep squeezing the glutes, the hamstring. Cramp?
Yep.
Okay, so you see
on
that
Wednesday,
muscle
my legs are still
imbalance
tight.
that you've just experienced.
Yeah.
Hold for 5. Yeah, foot just lifts off your chair. 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. You know, this is not gender profiling, but in my case, many male clients that I teach, hamstrings are the area of intense cramping. It's just what I've experienced in my line of work. So if people doing that have insane cramps, I want them to know it's not that your hamstrings need more stretch, they actually need more strength. So if your muscles are cramping up during some of those exercises, the best way that you can improve how your body will do them and how you will feel after is by strengthening your body a bit more.
Amazing. Brilliant. Okay. So that they're all great as well. And actually, one of the things you're saying about the 30 seconds is whenever I break myself, which is quite regular, and I get stretches from a physio, I always try and stack things like that into something like making a cup of tea. Because you put the kettle on and you've got a couple of minutes actually to do those. So if it is things like that, where I always think, where can I stack this exercise where it makes sense and it's not going to get in the way or it's not too long, and it really helps me do the little things I need to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And like what we did today is perfect in the flow, in the steps, but also if somebody has not even, the needed time for the whole routine, just pick one that you need. So they're great, like stand alone. They're the best when they're combined together.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, great. Well, that's all 5 habits. So let's just recap those before we say goodbye and head off on our Friday afternoons. So what was habit number 1?
Okay, so habit number 1 was our breath work, maximal expansive breath work. What we do is a max inhale, passive exhale, 2 minutes. Then max inhale, hold your breath, 2 minutes, or work your way up to it.
Brilliant. Okay, habit number 2.
Habit number 2 was the neck retraction. So we pull the head back while resisting with the arms and lengthening up, holding about 10 seconds, relaxing, and doing that one more time.
Perfect. Habit number 3.
It was the myofascial stretch of the chest and the arms. It's our Spider-Man arms. We push out. We hold 30 seconds if we can.
Amazing. Habit number 4
is our spine car, controlled articular rotation. It's the big circle with twisting and bending. Or if that doesn't work for your spine, just rounding and arching.
Perfect. And habit number 5?
Habit number 5 is the hip flexor stretch or the hamstring cramp exercise where we stand, we pull the leg in, and we open ourselves out of that seated posture.
Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure today. Now, if people want to find you, where is the best place to find you and how could they work with you?
We have a platform for personalized online exercise, which has pre-recorded content as well as live training with myself or somebody from my team. So they can find us at Incorpore Studio. I would love to share the link that you can also, we can share with this video. And we specialize or we focus specifically on back pain and helping people live life without limitations.
That's amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for today. And if you've enjoyed today and you like this video, I've got a whole library of videos like this where we look at different habits about making yourself brilliant at work and in your home life. So you can find us on YouTube. I've also got a productivity prod. It's not a newsletter. It's a productivity prod that ends up in your inbox. So if you are interested, you can find that as well. It's all in the descriptions. Mila, thank you very much. It has been an absolute pleasure. Have a brilliant day.